call them old maid daughters. They were school teachers, but those people brought food and whatever, and we finally had to send my youngest brother to an aunt to take care of because my mother was under so much stress and strain because of this. And putting up with all these active boys being confined in a yard, I mean, it was something to experience. None of us could visit with our father, and finally they took off the restrictions on visitations. And I went the month of December, and I went every day to visit with my father in the hospital after school. And he taught me to play cribbage. And when I joined the church and people said that, you know, the cards were bad, I said I couldn't see that because I played cribbage every day with my father. And I remember how proud I was on the day that I won the first time. Maybe he let me, I don't know. But and then I had a spell of illness at that time. I was diagnosed positive on TB, coming from out there at the lake, a family next door to us, an elderly English couple that used to have us over for dinner and so on, and he got what we used to call galloping consumption, and he died in a matter of a few months. And I had a positive reaction to TB. And then I got pneumonia, and they couldn't take me to the hospital. They had to nurse me at home, and then they took my tonsils out, adenoids, and I'm in the bed in the living room. My father's in a bed in the hospital 300 miles away, and we're corresponding back and forth. And so I had a very close relationship with my father because when he came home, we had everything, Swedish massagers and everything trying to treat this polio. And of course, we had no money. And so finally, after this lady taught me how to do the Swedish massage, and here I am, I'm now 11 years old and doing the Swedish massage for my father every day. He used cakes of palm oil and that sort of thing for the massage. So he was laid up, he tried putting a brace on his, it ended up with his right leg being totally paralyzed. I tried putting a brace on that, that didn't work. His good leg was his left one, and it was all shot up in World War I. That was his best leg. But he never walked alone again unassisted. He had one of his boys on each side or whatever set up, so for 50 years he was paralyzed from polio. But I was at a malleable age, and my father taught me a lot of the skills that I learned. I was his right hand. I did everything. I did all the work on the automobile, and on that cottage we had, the wind blew the roof off, and my dad sat in a wheelchair, and he would give me the measurements, and I would lay the board across the wheelchair, and he'd mark it, and I sawed it, and he told me where to nail it and put it in place, and things of that nature. So I learned a great deal from my father in those years, in many, many areas, and back up to the time when I was a teenager, a freshman in high school. This is getting awful long. I entered high school, World War II broke out. Just a day or two after I entered high school. And that was something I'd like to add too. That was the first time I ever had a new set of clothes. I managed to work and earn enough at 25 cents here and 10 cents there to buy myself a set of clothes to go to school. And I bought these real beautiful slacks, and I had this nice linen shirt with an ascot tie and everything. And it'd say real cool now, wouldn't they, JC? I went out that first day to play ball, and I'm sliding into second base, and I ripped those pants from knee to waist. So much for vanity, I guess. But in school, in high school, I was always a good student till I met girls. And I got the proof to show you, but I was an honor student, and those were the days when you wrote essay exams and you had to wait to have them marked by the state examiners and so on. It isn't no truth or consequences type thing today like it is today. You had to pass. If you didn't pass, you failed. You remained in that grade. You were allowed to carry one subject. If they advanced you, you could carry one over, but that was it. If you failed more than two, you repeated the grade. So in school I was active in drama with a couple other young men who went on. One became a